Rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ashrafil mursaleen Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammadan Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Madad ya Sayyidi ya Rasul Kareem ya Habibil Azim unzul halana wa ishwalana wa abiduna bi madadakum wa nazarakum. Madad ya Sayyidi ya Sultan al-Awliya Masha Abdul Faiz Dagestani. Madad ya Sayyidi ya Sultan al-Awliya Masha Muhammad Nazim Adil Haqqani. Madad ya Sayyidi ya Mawlana Shaykh Sham Kubani Sultan al-Qulub. أبيدون بمددكم ونزلكم إن شاء الله تعالى في هذا المجلس. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أنا عبدك العجيز الضعيف والمسكين الظالم والجهل. If not by the grace of Allah I will cease to exist, that we are verily oppressors to ourselves and that we asking always to exist through the oceans of mercy, oceans of infinite bounty and grace, and that not by our actions but by God's mercy to save us through difficulties. And in this holy night of Arba'een and the urs of our beloved 40 Sultan al-Awliyas of the Naqshbandi golden chain, Mawlana Sirhindi al-Fithani, that always a reminder when we study their lives, and especially for the life of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, a tremendous difficulty and test was put upon his life. That as a grandson of the Holy Prophet Sayyidina Muhammad that people were jealous of his light, of his attraction, of his character, and they realized that they couldn't run the town or run the city or run whatever they wanted to run with that light of attraction that was in Mecca and Medina. And this is an example that will exist throughout our lives, that a jealousy in which they wanted power and they couldn't keep the power as long as that juzba, the light and the beauty of Sayyidina Muhammad is emanating. So as much as we want to rule, people are attracted to you, and that becomes a lifelong example that the jealousy and the bad character of people will block all blessings. That as soon as the jealousy enter into the heart, they see no blessings, everything become veiled upon the person, and if they proceed any further it will even begin to move towards bad characteristics, because then they begin to exhibit all of the bad characteristics within a person. And they give by example their lives that we did the best we could for the Divinely Presence, for the prophetic reality, and all that you face in life is the jealousy of people. You don't face people wanting to love you because those are the easy, but it's the ones who continuously want to block, they want to put an obstacle. And in the case of Ahlul Bayt and the case of the companions who were all with the light of Sayyidina Muhammad, they were all shaheed. That even people went to take their lives, God forbid, and they took their lives. And they come in an example, because everything you teach has to be relevant to today. We're not storytellers and we don't tell history, but the reality in which they want us to understand, that through whatever test God is going to put you in, He wants to see the best of character. That's the whole purpose of the test. Why to have that level of test if the character was going to exhibit any type of badness? And He says, my memory is a memory of good character, that how much I loved the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad, that when Amr Jabbar means coming to the heart of the king of awliyaullah, there is not a wali that can be given khash and given opening within their heart until Sayyid al-Shuhada. Sayyid al-Shuhada is not just a title that Prophet randomly inspired within people to give. That the one who's the master of those who witness, and the master who was martyred in a way that cannot be imagined on earth. What you see of Daesh and these antichrist people, of how they're killing, is nothing compared to what they did to Imam Hussain salam and all the family of Prophet, the grandchildren and descendants of Sayyidina Muhammad. They did to the holy of the holies, the birds of paradise, what they did to them is unimaginable. And they give to an example in our life that they come into our life and say, we did our best for God, for Allah. We did our best for the love of Sayyidina Muhammad. They called us to teach and we went. And he shows that with his sainthood and with his power, that what visions he had, what abilities Sayyidina Hussain has, he did not use that to harm. He did not mount an army to come and attack. He came by himself with his family and his children. Means he came on the way of rahmah. He came with taslim to Allah that I'm coming with the best of my character, no intention of violence, I'm coming with my family. And he exhibits a character for us and teaches that if you want to know you're on the right path, your path must be based on good character. No matter what test Allah sends to you in life, exhibit the best of character because the end result is important. What happens in the end that you're going to meet your Lord, and in what condition are you going to meet your Lord? In a condition in which you slaughtered everyone? Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Where you destroyed everything? But you meet your Lord in a condition of beauty and grace that, Ya Rabbi, I did my best, I can't help what they did to us. Because they come out and they say, there's a hadith of Prophet describing that my nation will be split into 72 groups in the last days, and all of them will be wrong except one, the 73rd. And each one screams out their name and says, us, and the other one says, oh, he's us. And awliyaullah come and say, no, it's the example from Imam Hussain. He's not Sunni, not Shia, he's a lover of Sayyidina Muhammad. He's the real Ahlul Sunnah, Ahlul Muhabbat, the lover of Holy Qur'an, the lover of the way of Sayyidina Muhammad. Now these are titles that nobody can understand and define. Everybody calling themselves Ahlul Sunnah, everybody saying they're Shia, but they're giving an example in life. No, whatever you think you want to call yourself, you must be from the way of Imam Hussain, that he came with love, he came with no intention of harm. That he faced Allah's order that, Ya Rabbi, what is it that you want from me? I'm coming completely on the way of rahmah, and I'm going to exhibit the best of character. And continuously through that hardship and harming, he kept asking that, let us just to go back home. If you slaughtered one, it's finished now. You made your point, we go back home. And they kept saying, no, we're not going to stop until all have been destroyed. And Allah teaching, although they want to destroy the light, it can never be destroyed. It means Allah kept that light of Ahlul Bayt to the last of days. But an example in our lives, this is our character, that we do what we do for the love of God. Now how does this come into our life today? You take their holy examples and you don't make lanat and you don't make cursing upon people. You don't take their story and say, okay, I'm going to curse this companion and I'm going to love this companion. That's not what they did. He didn't come and curse anyone. He didn't come with swords to kill anyone. He loved the nation of his beloved grandfather that he came with no weapons, no army. He came with love and his family. So then who has to make a lahnat? Why you have to make a lahnat? Who taught you to make a lahnat? Because as soon as you curse you may be cursing yourself. So they teach, no, we have good character, why you have to curse anyone? This is all the nation of Sayyidina Muhammad. Exhibit the best of character. This is not a story about cursing people, but this is an example in life that he inspires within your heart, that every time you face difficulty, what are you doing things for? What's your intention in your amal and in your action? He says, my intention was for Allah and His Rasul. Only intention was for Allah and His Rasul, and I didn't care for anything from the people. I don't do what I do for the people. I didn't expect anything from these people, because they kept warning him that these people are going to harm you. Says, my amal is not for them, I'm not an abd of them, I'm Abdullah, I'm a servant of Allah. Means my amal is for Allah and His Rasul. What I care what they're going to do, I have nothing to do with that. Because in our lives in this material world we do everything for other people and we're so disappointed in those relationships. We're seeking love from people, we're seeking satisfaction from people, we're seeking everything we're seeking to be verified and give and acknowledge ourselves through people. And what Sayyidina Isa Jesus Christ, peace and blessings be upon him, came, he inspires the same story. They sold me for a bag of coins, I gave even miracles, I performed an entire show for these people, which Prophet was against, because the show makes them even more jealous. They were getting crazier by his show. Feeding thousands of people, they were getting angrier. Healing people who were dead, they got very angry. They went to the Romans and said, kill them, kill him. He's exhibiting all these powers, means they were in complete hayba and astonishment. And Prophet knows that, because khuluq al-azim, the best of character. As much as you show people, they're going to become even crazier against you. So then Prophet teach, don't show anything. If they want, they can show many things. He said, don't show anything, they will hate you more. And Sayyidina Isa comes into our life just like Imam Hussain comes and inspires within our heart that make sure what your intention is. People will sell you, people will throw you. If you are doing what you do for people, you have already lost in everything. If you do kindness to your family because it's your family, you are going to be heartbroken all the time because nobody reacted. You brought a gift and nobody was happy. You put out a food and a dish and they didn't come to eat it on time, and constantly you're upset, constantly upset. And then you do at the center, oh I cleaned up and nobody said thank you. And then I prayed and Allah didn't grant my dua. I keep praying and it's not happening, it's not happening. I don't know what you're talking about. Allah answers prayer, astaghfirullah. Because everything we're doing, we're expecting an immediate result. And they begin to come into our lives and say, no, change your love for Allah only and expect nothing. I'm not doing anything, Ya Rabbi, for the reward from people, I'm doing it for your satisfaction. Ilahi anta maqsoodi wa ridat matloob. I'm begging your forgiveness and seeking your satisfaction. Are you happy with me, Ya Rabbi? I'm going to do these good actions not for people, because if you don't have the correct intention, Allah won't count that action towards His Divinely Presence. Because you can't come back later and try to use it, because you used the credit two places. So I put the food and the people weren't happy, you can't come back and say, Ya Rabbi, I fed the people for you. So you liar, you fed to be noticed from people. So then they come and say, make your intention really clear, because Allah you can't fool. Ya Rabbi, I'm doing what I did for you, Ya Rabbi. If you did it for me, I'll give you the reward from my presence. If you did it for the people, take it from them, see if they give you any reward. And they come into our lives. These are the examples of these holy nights that clarify our intentions in life, that know that people are going to sell you. People love you one day, hate you next day. Who cares? In your heart you block it out and say, I'm kind to people and I do and I serve what people because my Lord wants it, and my reward only comes from Allah. Prophet happy with us, and the nazar of Sayyidina Muhammad be upon us, the gaze of the holy souls, if they dress us and they're happy with us, is the best of rewards. And that's the example they give into our life. If that's your intention and you're moving in your life based on the intention to satisfy your Lord, you feed your family so Allah will be happy with you. You're good to your children and to your loved ones because Allah will be happy for you, when happy with you. You come for your worshipness and your ibadah, you come to be of service in khidmat because Allah will be happy with you. Sayyidina Muhammad's nazar be upon you and the grace begin to flow into the heart and to the souls. If we understand that in our lives, then we understand what their commitment was. Why did Imam Hussain did that? He did it for the grace of Allah. He did it for the love of Sayyidina Muhammad, and then Allah opened for us the understanding that that calamity put upon the family of Sayyidina Muhammad is the great intercession of that hadith. That these 72 that going wrong, one of each of the shuhada of Karbala will intercede on that group. Why? Because they are all the lovers of Sayyidina Muhammad. All they wanted was ummati, ummati. If this is what Prophet loves, this is what they love, and each one of them will intercede for one of these firqas that went wrong. Prophet not leaving anyone behind. There's a rahmatan lil alameen. There was no lahnat, there was no cursing, there was no coming against anyone. Do the best you can for this nation. That love all of them, and when they're wrong try your best to pray for them to come back. And that is the example Imam Hussain gives in our life. That make sure you're on the path of love. Make sure that your path is based on love, and that you want to bring everyone to the rahmah of Allah, and that you're not condemning and working for shaitan to take people to Jahannam. That's shaitan's job. Shaitan comes into your life to take you to Jahannam. Any imam come and take you to Jahannam, and constantly talking about Jahannam means he's working for shaitan. Because why is he fixated upon putting people into hell when he should be fixated upon people going into paradise? That is not the job of anyone on earth. This is the risalah to give that type of danger. Our job is khairat, give goodness, give a love and mercy that lower your wing to everybody. Now in days where nobody even feels like they're going to pray anymore, nobody's going to do any actions, what's the benefit of giving hard advice? When you give hard advice and the person then says, I'll walk away from the whole thing, because they have no more hikmah. And it seems like at that time you're working more to throw people into Jahannam and working with shaitan. And they come into our lives, no, keep everything based on Rahman, keep everything based on love. Make all your intention in life for Allah to be happy, Prophet to be happy. Put no attachment upon people. You will always be disappointed if what you're doing for people, but do it for your Lord, and your reward will come from Allah and His beloved Sayyidina Muhammad. We pray that Allah dress us on these holy nights with these good characters, beatific characters, never to curse anyone, never to curse companions, never to curse Ahlul Bayt, never to curse anyone in creation. That Allah created that creation out of love. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon, wassalamun al mursaleen, walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa bi siri Surat al-Fatiha. Even today you mention Ahlul Bayt and people will curse you. I've never seen anything so crazy in my life. If you mention one of the names of Ahlul Bayt, then people throw out a cursing. Means shaitan inspires everybody to go and burn themselves. You don't know who you're sending a cursing to. What if that person is loved by Allah? That's why that was the example from shaitan. When he reached in such a high level of his worship, he was opening the Lahul Mahfuz. His firasa was opening to the preserved tablet, and in his worshipness he's looking at the preserved tablet, and they say that a servant of Allah is going to be coming against Allah, is going to come against Allah. And he thought he was very clever, and as soon as he saw a servant is going to come against Allah, he said, lahnat on that one. He made so much lahnat on that one until Allah brought the big test, brought the creation of Sayyidina Adam, and the light of Sayyidina Adam is Nurul Muhammad. When that nur stood up and Allah said, bow down, and shaitan didn't bow down, and the angels looked and realized, that's the one who's going to come against Allah. And all this time he was feeding his bad character with that lahnat. Maybe had he not made that lahnat, he would have been inspired to bow down. because goodness and love is always rewarded by Allah. But badness and bad character, there's no reward from Allah. May Allah keep us always with good character and love, inshaAllah. We have the ziyarat of the turban of Imam Hussain. This is a piece of the turban cloth from Karbala from Imam Hussain, so we'll make a ziyarat tonight inshaAllah of this, and then we finish off inshaAllah.
Sayyidina Nabi, Sayyidina Nabi, Sayyidina Nabi, Sayyidina Nabi.